I just saw Dandelion. It is definitely an indie film. It has kind of a slightly slower pace. The whole thing felt indie, and it also almost felt a little bit like a poem. There's like a lot of really pretty images, and I really loved when they were, well, before I get into that, the gist of it is it's a love story, and it's this young woman who lives in Cincinnati, and she has dreams of being a musician, and her mother is sick, and in kind of like a Hail Mary, she goes to this festival and she meets this guy, and they start playing together, and he invites them to play, he invites her to play with them in this final thing. And it almost felt like an indie, more like gritty, realistic version of A Star Is Born. Female writer-director, which I love to see. I haven't seen any of her other stuff. I loved the music. Most of it felt almost like this beautiful music video or musical montage. Definitely one or many of those songs are going to be nominated for Best Original Song, which is exciting. And they're really good. A couple of them are really, really good. So often I feel like the Best Original Song category is so weak, and they throw a song into the credits and that somehow counts. And I watched a lot of really bad movies last year to hear the song in the context of the story. And there was a lot of really great songs. And what was really interesting was watching to the end of the credits and seeing how the lead actress and the lead actor and the director and like one other person were the people who were writing and creating the music for those songs. So even more so, like how personal and like what a collaborative experience that must have been for those songs. I wish for me, what I would have liked is I would have liked there to have been more character development for the lead character. It felt a little shoehorned, like her mom is sick, she's struggling being an artist. Like we see that stuff all the time. I don't know if it could have been shown more visually, or if like the stakes didn't feel that high. And sometimes, when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it's not. But so I don't know if it was like a writing thing or an acting thing. I thought the lead actress had an amazing voice. And she was good. She wasn't bad, but she was just kind of basic. I see this so much in so many actors nowadays where it was very realistic, but it didn't make me feel anything. She was on screen the whole time, but I didn't feel like I really, really got to see her vulnerable, authentic self. Which I think this may sound, I feel like I had this thought the other day and I was like, wow, that's really profound. I think you can put yourself out there and have it where you're seen and still not be seen at the same time. Because I actually think being truly seen is something that happens on a beingness kind of level. And only you can really know, and I think only other people can really kind of experience it. It's like I can't even really put it into words or give specific actions of what to do. I haven't seen the lead that was her male lead person, her counterpart in the romance. I thought he was really good. I really liked his performance and his vulnerability that he showed. As far as like character development for both of them was kind of weak. Like I said, the film was not bad. I thought it was decent. The music was the best part. The music was for sure the best part. If you are a musician or a singer-songwriter, you'll probably love just getting to watch the kind of jam sessions and the experience of the music in the film. I'm trying to think if there's anything. But yeah, I didn't really feel his character development or her character development very much. But then again, you know, you don't really feel that in Titanic either, right? Like all these love stories. Okay, spoiler alert. This is the only thing that I know for sure is a spoiler. The thing with her, so stop listening if you want to see the film. He literally says to her that I'm married, but I don't know what's like happening with that or whatever. And then she like doesn't ask any more questions. Maybe she does off camera, right? Maybe suspension of disbelief. Like she knows that she's getting herself into something. So then when she goes to the hotel room and sees him there with his wife and his daughter, I get obviously being upset. Like I get it, you know, like I've been a young dating person and like experienced seemingly betrayal like that. But when you really look at it, it's like, you knew what you were doing. Anyway, for me, I feel like there could have been like a much better reveal or a more interesting reveal than that. It's like, well, you knew he was married and he didn't confirm we're getting a divorce for sure or anything like that. So it's like, isn't that something that you're kind of always waiting for, like the other shoe to drop? But anyway, yeah, Dandelion.